Hello there everybody, welcome back to another Lost Ark video. It's Topical Tuesday, which means we take a look at the subreddit on Lost Ark. Lost Ark? That's the game, right? Lost Ark. We looked at the subreddit, we see what's been popping over the last week. I just refreshed the page, and I find this post really funny, so I'm gonna open it, because it's pinned. Oh, it's also one of the top posts. It's funny. Oh, I know exactly what it's about, too. We'll open this. What do we got? I mean, there's not too much going on here. It's just the typical stuff at this point. You have, like, a couple of the burnout posts, a couple of the can you do this posts, and a couple of the game is fine posts. It is what it is. I mean, I guess we'll just start here. Do we want to do this? How do I want to do this? We'll just do this. Oh, I guess I can open the actual page. Do they have the page here? No. Where is the page? Is there a page in the comments? No. Fuck, I'm gonna have to go to the website myself. Okay, hold on. Okay, this is what I was looking for on Reddit, but there was no post. There's just posts talking about this. But basically, this is the patch notes for today, or tonight, if you're watching this when the video comes out. But basically, servers going down at 2 AM Pacific for some reason. They always change the time. Doesn't make sense to me, but whatever. Doesn't really matter. But basically, what we're getting in the patch: sweeping balance adjustments, advanced toning, and transcendence reworks. Not one but two epic events: Storm the Abyss and Kazaros Road to Act 3 event. New Arc Pass skins, blah blah blah, whatever. But this event, Road to Act 3 honing boost event, blah blah blah, Surge Dark Energy. You can select a single character between 1640 and 1660. That's crazy to me. Bro. Why not 1580? Why not 1600? Why 1640? Like, that's what this post is about. Well, this post is also about increasing the top end of the range. Because it says right here, the event doesn't cater to veterans, nor does it serve new players. Instead, it targets a very specific and limited group, leaving many others excluded. A simple solution would be to increase the item level range to 1680, allowing broader access and ensuring more players can enjoy the event. Because it's true. 1640 to 1660 is like alt range, which... fair enough, but even for a lot of people that sweat this game, your alts probably aren't going to be in this range anyways. You're probably going to be 1670 to 1680 on your alts at this point, if you're a gamer who sweats this shit, right? Which I think is fair to say. If you're not going to expand it down, at least expand it upward, but ideally you expand it upwards and downwards. It makes no sense to me. But I'm somebody who... likes more accessibility, I guess, and I understand a lot of people don't seem to like that for some reason. I don't know. It doesn't make sense to me. But Storm the Abyss event, a bunch of shit. Event Feast is the biggest thing here. Just an event shop, basically, for what I understand, because of event tokens. Event Feast, it just seems like another event shop. And then, obviously, the Frog also got extended, because they said last week that they were adding more items, so hold on, but it got extended until May 21st. Extended with additional opportunities to earn progression materials through random lucky chests and token-based exchanges. New special gold shop items added with the jackpot mechanics and gold frog token chances. Updated the purchase limit of random relic engraving pouch from 2 to 4. So, they buffed the Frog a little bit. Will it be enough to make people happy? We'll have to see, but my personal guess is probably not. And then obviously this is based on the post that we just read. Please, I have one character. She's 1661. Why did I tap my weapon? Jesus fucking Christ. Maybe their goal is to get people to make a new character and swipe their way to 1640 so they can not feel like they are losing out by not using the event. Man. Whatever their intentions are, it's probably not this malicious, it's probably just stupidity. But it could also easily just be that malicious. It's hard to tell. And that's always the worst part about video games, when you can't tell if the company is doing it intentionally or they're just tone deaf. And yeah, this is what I was saying. As a veteran, I accept that all the events will never serve me, but it baffles me how they don't help new players. Fix the 1600 to 1620 dead zone. I mean, 1580 to 1620, right? There's nothing going on in that area, and they haven't touched it at all, really. Let the new players have a chance to play the main game, raids. Extending it to 1670 would be a huge boost of morale for the regular players that still play. Your bleeding players stop the hemorrhage. I mean, this is what I've been saying. I don't understand why they narrow it so much. The event is really good if you're able to use it. Problem is being able to use it, right? A very big issue affecting players. I've decided to pin the topic so it gains more attention. I've also forwarded this directly to Rox and hope AGS can review it. I mean, you're doing your best, but I am unconvinced that... I'm unconvinced that they didn't know what they were doing when they made this. Whoever made this clearly knew what they were doing. Will they change it after the backlash? Who knows? Would be nice if it started at 1582. That's what I'm saying. It wouldn't be perfect, but it would be better than it is currently. 1580 is useless if they don't extend honing buffs for under 1620, which aren't massive to begin with. That would probably require more work. 1680 is easier change. Well, I mean, even if they don't change anything and they just add it to 1580, it would still be better than not having it at 1580, though I do understand the sentiment. It wouldn't be as good as it could be, but I still think it would just be better. Because even if you don't get any honing buffs at 1580, if you're still able to use the event on a character at that range and get some of the rewards, right? Because not all of the items are locked behind... Well, I guess they are locked behind the item levels, huh? So if it isn't 1580, it wouldn't do anything if there's no honing buff. Yeah, I guess they would have to extend it downward, at least a honing boost, but I don't think that's, like, particularly difficult to do as somebody who's never touched a piece of code in my life, for a video game at least. Unless you count Python Snake as a video game, then I'm a fucking developer, let me tell you. But yeah, the event is literally for no one, just AGS showing how out of touch they are with their own game. You can't call this a road to Act 3. A 1640 character won't be ready for Theomine in 6 weeks, even with this event, not to mention your active player base is no use for an event for 1640 to 1660. Yeah, I don't know. It's strange. I don't know. I don't know. That's all I can say. I don't know. And then this is interesting, because the Russian patch... like, if I'm understanding this correctly, because I remember reading this the other day when this came out on the Russian server, it seems like theirs goes to 1680, and they can use it on item level 1680 characters? No, they can't. It's 1640 and 1661, so it's the exact same. Huh. Interesting. Because, here, let me pull it up again to compare. Because the rewards are what go up to 1680. I just want to compare the rewards. Do we even have the exact same rewards? Hold on, let me do this. Whoop. Put you over here. So what do we got? I want to compare the 1680 rewards. Are they at least the exact same rewards? 6p, 6 advanced honing mats, leap card. It does seem like the rewards are the exact same. So they are getting the exact same things. We just learned about it a day earlier because of the Russia stuff. Oops, wrong thing. Yeah, it seems like it's the exact same items. So I don't know why people were saying that the Russian version is better, because it's not. Because I know there were some comments, I think they might have gotten downvoted at this point, that were saying, like, why is the Russian event better? It's just, they're the exact same. Huh. Well, I don't blame people for not reading. I don't read either. Why do they keep releasing events that support up to a certain item level but cut off the item level to use the actual event is lower than that? If you run an event for up to 1680, just allow our characters up to 1680 to use it. That's also very true. But they've done this with, like, pretty much every Express event ever created. They always say it's, like, additional support. when it doesn't make sense. I agree. But what can you do? Shit ain't made for me, shit ain't made for you, apparently. And then we have the classic burnout post, which, again, I don't blame, but I know a lot of people are like, doomers. I don't know, man. The game is in a state, and it has been in a state. We live in a society. Call me the Jonkler. Day one player, for the first time, I'm losing the will to play. Even with new raids, it'll be fun for like a week, then back on the hamster wheel. It might be Jover, boys. I'm tired. Anyone else feeling this way? And then a man taking a nice nap. For the lowest time requirement today to play per week since the release of the game, but what it does come at the cost of, okay, I'm done now. What? That leaves you with a bad feeling. You have to wait for an entire week just so you get something a game. I play other games, blah, blah, blah. Honestly, I don't see why this is a problem. And for some reason in last week's video, a lot of people were like, no, you're a clown. You want things to be easier and then you want it to be harder. You can't have it both ways. Bro, I've never said I want the shit to be harder. I've always said I want the shit to be easier. And I've always said, I even said in that video, I want, like, I've heard that this game is in the best state that it's ever been in, right? I just haven't personally experienced it because I don't have a desire to play this game anymore. Past, like, my regular rating, right? And even then, I don't know if I'm going to be doing Act 3 or not. I just don't know if I'll hit the item level, because I'm not putting money into the game, and I also don't do dailies or anything, so how am I going to get there? But that's like a personal aside. I think having basic homework that you do every week or content that you're expected to do on a weekly or daily basis should not be very difficult or time-consuming, especially when you have to do it in the quantities that this game provides you to do it in, right? I think that's fair to say. There should be additional content or more difficult content that maybe is optional, which is, again, something I've always said, but things that you're expected to do daily and weekly should not be a massive time investment. Which is why I think this is probably why a lot of people think this is the best spot that the game has ever been in. Because you can blast out your raids in like a day now. And there's like very little chance of a jail outside of things like Belshaza. I don't know. I just think it's too little too late in terms of making the weekly stuff more palatable. And I think the weekly stuff is only going to get more and more progressively how it used to be with the release of more new raids. Because the only reason the current like weekly content or homework is so fast is because we overgear it by a significant amount, right? I think like well, depending on where your alts are at, 2 of the 3 raids can be something that was made in tier 3. Like, yeah, Echidna and Behemoth are technically tier 4 now, but they released in tier 3. And they were clearly designed for tier 3. But that's just semantics. But also, if you're just not having fun with the game, take a break, man. And if you don't ever have the desire to come back, then just, you know, you put in the time, you had your fun with the game, and that's that, right? I mean, that's like the boat that I've always been in. And, I mean, I guess I've been somebody who has been like weirdly hopeful about the game's future for a long time. But even at some point, I just kind of gave up and just moved on to doing things that didn't feel like I'm jamming my hand in a blender. And again, I like monotonous grind. It's just, this is not monotonous grind. It's like teamwork monotonous grind. It's like another level. Ba-dum-bum, 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 ba-dum, ba-dum-bum. Bum, ba-dum-bum. It's actually amazing that you lost the will to play just now. Play until you stop having fun is how I treat all the games I play. I mean, this is a good mentality, so you should just follow your heart, my friend. As unsatisfying as an answer as that may be, unfortunate. But anyways, I think that's enough yapping for this week. I'll see you guys all in the next week. Thanking my YouTube members, as always. It's Biscuits Dinner Diz, Remix My Life. I'm Nufu. I love all of you guys very, very much. And thank you guys so much for watching. Like the video if you like it, subscribe, and I'll see you guys all in the next one. Bye! Ba-dum, ba-bum.